Well, hello there. SeKo Starcraft back with some more professional action from the Teamstory Cup. We got Nerchio versus Feast. ZVP, a matchup that I quite enjoy playing as Zerg against. Until it gets to the late game, and then for some reason I just lose. But if I can win the game in the first 14 minutes, that's generally when it happens. But that's my story. Anyways, pile on the low ground. Feast looks like he's probably going for either a forge into Nexus or a Nexus first. Nerchio, I'm assuming he's going to go for an expansion first, unless he's got some sort of trick up his sleeve. Which wouldn't surprise me too much. I like this map for putting on a bit of pressure as a Zerg player. Going for fast speed. He's going for the spawning pool first. That might just be to deal with any pylon blocks. But going for like a fast speed or a fast roach on 2 base, so great against Protoss. They always think they can get up the wall, a couple of gateways and some pylons and a cannon, a stalker and a sentry, and you're invincible. Come up here with about 8 roaches and you will bust the hell out of everything. Forge going down after Nexus, scout going out. We did have, well, spawning pool's finished now. Let's see if he just gets out a queen really soon. The Nexus is actually ahead of the hatchery at this point, which is pretty unfortunate for the Zerg player when there's chrono boost available. Obviously scouted by the Zerg player. Gateway, we'll see a Nexus again here pretty soon. I don't think we're going to see a cannon too fast. Unless you think that there's going to be some sort of pressure. That cannon, all it does is cost you a little bit too much when having a zealot out usually does the job. Yeah, there's the cannon. Better safe than sorry, I always say. Probe on the watchtower. I'm surprised the probe hasn't actually scouted any of this. No action. He has no idea what's coming at him. It could be a 2-base roach all in for all he knows. Who cares? Fast 3rd base though to Nerchio. So we're not going to see something that ends immediately. Chrono boosting out probes. Going to get that economy action happening. Zerg hanging out of this watchtower. Looks like a Zerg was probably chasing around. Yeah, there's the probe. Just needs to see that third hatchery. If you see that 3rd hatchery, you're pretty safe in knowing what's happening. Which is why I love when people cancel this and go for like a baneling bust or some junk like that. So much fun. I don't do the hatchery cancel a lot, but when I do, I have Dos Equis. Yes. Cybercore just finishing up. Let's see if he saves some chrono boost for his warp gate. Warp gate. Warp gate. There's warp gate. No, it looks like he really wants to get the economy out, so he's spending his chrono boost on the probes. 3rd hatch is finished. If we look at the units tab, yep, Protoss is still in the lead because he managed to get that Nexus down even sooner. Zerg player's got all the watchtowers. He's got every idea of what's happening. Rest of the gas is being taken. See, this is surprising. There's usually a overlord down on this side to be able to see when these gases go down. It's a big tell to know when those gases go down as to what kind of units are going to be coming at you, if they're going to be pushing out, if they're teching up. It's hard to go for Stargate play, robotics play without having that second set of gases. But alternatively, if you don't see these gases taken, then sometimes you can expect attack even sooner. You use these gas to be able to build up an army or to be able to get yourself more tech. Whereas if you just want to get a ton of zealots and go and crush people, you don't need to have those. Should see the Zerg player. Yep, just taking a lead on workers. I got really bad air. I'm sorry. Finally taking those gases. Has had these ones in his main base, not for super long, only about 150 gas mined from each. Whereas if you look at the Protoss player, he's already over 300, so he's had those gases almost twice as long. Mothership core, I do like seeing. This is a great place to have an overlord because Protoss love putting pylons up on this side, as well as over here. So you can always fit another Overlord on this spot as well. I do like seeing Protoss players that... Oh, that's a fake Phoenix. Protoss players that make maybe 6 or 7 Zealots and go for a push in. I like this. Very, very defensive minded. To get up that one Spore Crawler to deal with any type of Oracle play. If you move in with 6 or 7 Zealots, it's really hard for the Zerg player to deal with that. Zerglings trade so ineffectively. They usually don't have spines up. Queens, one Zealot will take out a Queen one-on-one. So, and if you move out with the Mothership Core, you always have that opportunity to be able to recall back. We're seeing robotics play. Well, there's lots of sentries there to deny this. He did see the robo, but that's pretty much a gimme. What he really wants to see is the robotics. Hey. Where is that? Did I miss it? No, it's over there. Which, if we look at what the Zerg player can see, he does not know that it is Colossus coming at him. Nevertheless, he does have Spire Tech on the way. It will be a while before he can start making Corruptors or anything. Good pile of Zerglings, just for map control. Take out pylons. That was just a hallucinated Phoenix scouting some more. Lots of sentries. Another huge swell of Zerglings came out from Nerchio. Will be interesting to see. Oh, it's an Overseer. I'm like, what the hell's morphing? It can't be Banelings. It'll be interesting to see if he wants to push out with this or if he just wants to take a third Nexus. Poop the creep. Nexus will be delayed regardless. That Overseer looks like it has bad timing. Ooh, just gets out of there in time. He's gonna warp in. Yeah, he's gonna warp into Stalker just to deal with that hyper newbie style. Surprised he didn't drop a changeling just cause. I'm gonna push out onto the map. Let's see. I think what Nerchio is trying to do is bait out force fields. These sentries all have full energy. Well, it looks like it's going to be mass Muta play out of Nerchio to deal with this, which I agree with. There's very little anti-air in this army. These sentries will get worked down really fast. Only 3 stalkers. And they're just about to pop. If he pulls off all these... There's no forward pylon either. In come the Mutas. There they all are. Oh, he's actually going to target down the Colossus, which is good. That means his Lings are going to be more effective in dealing with this army. Another warping in the back. That Colossus almost got sniped. The problem with leaving your Zerglings to deal with all of the Zealots is that they just die. Immortal goes down. Both Colossus went down. He's going to try to go and chase down this army before it does too much damage. Oh! That was so close. Great recall. Just pulled it off in time. No defenses in the main, though. He's going to take out that pylon. We'll see that if the Zerg player chooses to move out right now. There is no blink on these Stalkers. So good target firing. It's not going to be super cost effective, but with all the Zergling support, it should turn out alright. Lots of Zealots in here to deal with the Zerglings. Oh boy. That's a pretty fast GG from Feast. I'm very surprised he decided to move out onto the map after he saw all those Mutalisks when he knew he couldn't deal with them. If he stayed at home, got out some more Stalkers, he would have to play a mega defensive game, just sit down and hunker down for the longest time. And he probably would have lost eventually because of Nerchio's ability to macro, but I'm not too sure what he was really hoping to achieve by pushing out against, you know, all those Mutalisks he knows there. Fun, fast little game there by Nerchio and Feast. Hope you guys like that. We'll talk to you guys real soon.